Okay, I think I'm recording. Hello, everybody. I'm Dr. Renata Wallenick, Professor of Anthropology at Edinburgh University. I'm a professional archaeologist, and I will be your professor for this particular class. It's an online class, Anthropology 379. It's titled From Early Man to Early Civilizations in the Old World. It's for 3 credits. Some of you will be taking this class just because you have some free electives that you need to fill. Others are going to be taking this for distribution 2, and still others are going to be taking this particular class because it's an elective in an anthropology major or your minor, or just because you are incredibly interested in the particular topic. We're going to be covering around 4 million years of human existence. We're going to be looking at the behavior, the history of our ancestors. Irrespective of where we come from, all of us have our roots in Africa, and all of our roots are a good 4 million years, if not more. My own ancestors came from Africa about 15,000 years ago, if you are to believe genomic studies. And I actually submitted DNA to National Geographic and their genomics program to see what information they could get from my mitochondrial DNA. And indeed, that's what they discovered. Of course, major detour in Asia, where many of my ancestors ended up. And of course, Asia is a big place. So if some of you are saying, well, I don't look Chinese or Japanese, how about going to the other side of Asia, to Western Asia? You can't just tell by looking at somebody and saying, aha, you are, no. But what I can say with great confidence is that according to the evidence that we have, all of the evidence says that all of us have our roots in Africa. And that is where our course will start, and we'll work our way up through the earliest civilizations of the Old World. Certainly there's a different class that focuses on the civilizations of the Americas. That's completely separate. Here we are working on Europe, Africa, and Asia, which of course, as I said before, involves everybody's ancestors up to a certain point. I really would like for you to read this. I'm just waving a piece of paper here with a lot of writing on it, and at least 7 pages, at least what I was able to print out. But what this is the syllabus. And this gives all of the information that you need to start this class successfully and with comfort. I know that for some of you, this is just the very first time that you're taking a web class, and you have a lot of apprehension about this class. Please read the syllabus. For those of you who are experienced in taking web classes, at this point, you need to be aware, and you are aware, that every class is different. Every professor applies what they know about web delivery systems in their own particular way, and they customize it to the course, which is appropriate for that particular course. And that's what I've done here. So just because somebody else did something in another way doesn't mean that's how I do it. Doesn't mean that their way was better. It doesn't mean that my way was better. You just need to know what the rules are for this particular class. That way, the rules become something that's a part of what you are. You don't have to worry about it, and you can go on with the business of getting the best possible grades that you can in this particular class. The web course itself, the syllabus itself, does things like talk about who I am. It gives you my email address, my online office hours. I will try whenever possible to be available at those times. However, that doesn't mean that you can only contact me during online office hours. Ladies and gentlemen, contact me anytime, day or night. I will not necessarily respond right away, but you can contact me. You are not limited just to those office hours. I just happen to be required to offer 5 hours of office hours. And if you look carefully at the syllabus, I am trying to be available 8 hours a week, so which is 3 hours more than that. If there's a change, if I happen to be in a place where I can't be at a computer at a particular time period that's established for office hours, I will try to let you know ahead of time. So that if you want to get a more immediate response during that time from me, that you, that you know in advance. But again, I may be talking to somebody else online, and you're still going to be waiting for me for a response. So don't assume that I will immediately respond. I will try to be there. Those are the hours that I promise to be there, unless there is a problem, and then I'll let you know. There's also a big discussion of course objectives, which is very fussy, very fancy, and the bottom line is we're going to learn about our ancestors. We're going to learn about our ancestors, everybody's ancestors up to a certain point, from the work of archaeologists and their interdisciplinary colleagues, right through the earliest civilizations, which may or may not have had writing systems. We know that historians work with writing systems, and of course historic archaeologists are a very important part of understanding that part of human existence. But when it comes to 99% of human time, which is before writing, it is the archaeological community that asks the questions and tries to find the evidence, along with interdisciplinary colleagues, as you will learn as you read things as we proceed through the class. I do give extra credit. I also, and I discuss how the extra credit is given. I like it. There's also a section here on grade determination. I mean, how are you going to earn that A in this class? Well, it's a point accumulation game, and it tells you exactly in the syllabus how how the points are accumulated. And you will note that your tests, your actually big tests, are actually, the curve is established by curving to the class average. So I cannot tell you in advance that a particular number means this. I won't know that until the actual test is taken. I also have a discussion of teaching methodology, accessing the course website, hardware, software, troubleshooting. And here's an important sentence. The professor is not responsible for helping with hardware and software problems. We actually have contractors who do that. You have more computers than I can even imagine, more software than I can even imagine. Combinations, excuse me, are amazing. This is something that a contractor is supposed to be able to reference and understand. So what I've done under hardware, software, and troubleshooting, I've actually included online addresses as well as phone numbers for you to contact depending upon the nature of the problem. Please use your Edinburgh University email for communication with me. I will be often communicating with you using the Edinburgh University email. I will not use whatever other email systems you have. Please be aware of that. That's in the syllabus, but I'm reminding you of that. We are communicating through your Edinburgh University email address. If you have special needs, those are addressed. The class attendance and participation is addressed, as well as deadlines. Just because this is a web course doesn't mean that you don't have to study, you don't have to do the work, and there are no deadlines. There are deadlines. Otherwise, some of you would end up trying to do all the work in one day, and that would just be very unhappy for everybody. And so consequently, I may give you a deadline and say that a particular discussion is due on June 7 and 8, or a particular assignment is due June 25th, or a test is due June 23rd. I'm just making these numbers up. The whole point is that within that day or those 2 days, that is when I am expecting you to participate in that particular exercise. So you still have a tremendous amount of freedom, at least 23 hours within that day, to conduct the particular assignment. And of course, all of that is established in the syllabus, and then when you get to the actual website itself, aside from the syllabus, there are more details about this as you go down point by point, topic by topic, and content item with respect to every other content item. So please be sure to read the syllabus, read all of the information, the schedule, the tentative schedule of topics, events, and assignments that are written there. But please remember that this is just a guide. There might be some changes, which I will inform you of, and certainly there is much more detail than you find in the syllabus when you actually get to that left column of topics and assignments. So welcome to the class, everybody. It's nice to see you. I'll be back with another video commentary shortly. Take care. Welcome to the class.